Okay. What is up, everybody? This is Tafo on Zero to Hero, episode 4. And who do we have here in the bottom right of this overlay?
What is upstream? It's your boy Atrioc, the young Twitch employee, still at the 0 level. For hero.
Very cool. And so just to recap, this is week 4 of Zero to Hero. Every week we go over a different concept, and the heart is always to see how we can go more in depth with training. For Atrioc, normally a typical Twitch stream goes over a match, and then they leave the player to hang out to dry. But we want to see week to week progress with Atrioc. How are you feeling?
Feeling so good, actually. With regards to Melee, I've been playing so much lately. I've been seeing improvement. I mean, I know eventually this all stuff stalls out because it gets harder and harder to get the small incremental improvements. But right now, because I've been hitting these big concepts, I've been seeing, large gains in my play, and it feels awesome. It's really cool.
What do you feel like some of those gains are?
Just thinking about so much more in a match, and then being able to use that to my advantage. When I think sometimes my opponents that I'm playing in the office aren't, I'm getting some advantages from this type of show, and I think that's just it's super cool to see like the deep parts of the game finally paying off a little bit when I put my mind to it.
Nice. Do you have any specifics against like any office mates?
Let me think. Well, specifically against a Jigglypuff player in our office, I would often have I practice a lot more than him, so I'm like trying to get my technical crispy, and he hasn't practiced that much. And it wasn't really getting me much advantage, so I started thinking about things like stage positioning and like baiting moves out of him and stuff like that. And once I started doing that, the matchup shifted from like us running at each other and smashing to like some more complex gameplay, and the win rate for me skyrocketed. I went from like a 50-50 thing to like 90-10. So it's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
And how long was it? Like 3 weeks? When did you start noticing the shift over like what time frame?
Every week I've noticed it more because I've been putting more and more time into it. But yeah, ever since we first started the show, that's when I really started grinding a lot every night too. So like the practice and the thinking about it has paid off on both levels.
How do you do against the gym leaders?
Gym leaders? Oh, you mean Crimson Blur and Scar?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I played Scar recently in some friendlies, and it was the best I've ever done. I still didn't win any games, but it was like no force, like 2 stocks, almost 2 stocks, 1 stock. Like I was like, I had some control in the game instead of just getting beat up across the stage, which felt great. So that was cool too. And then Blur, I actually haven't played that much. He watches a lot of games and gives tips, but he doesn't play too much. So we'll try and get more games out of him.
Okay, very nice. And so, do you want to recap some of the concepts we went over last week? I kind of cheated and have these on slides for you, but
that would be great. Let me check, because I'm not sure if I remember the exact. Okay, character game plan against Marth and dash dancing. Well, definitely dash dancing. I've been incorporating in my play. I need to play Blur more and get some Marth practice.
Yeah.
But yeah, dash dancing especially. It's been just like knowing that they commit something when they're dashing forward. Against Fox, I was playing Ben Swartz, one of our engineers today, and it made me think a lot more about like I would like overshoot my moves when he was dash dancing back, like trying to catch him because he would always like bait me out with those dash dances.
Yeah.
And then I would know like more of what he was trying to do when he was dash dancing forward. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you'll start to see like moves start to branch out. So you'll see him dash away.
Yeah.
But then you'll start saying nuances. So you might say, "Oh, I'll take some stage and then way dash forward tilt," or you might say, "I'll take a stage and do a fair," and you'll begin to see like where like the tree starts branching and like where dash attack may not be the best option. It might be a boost grab. It might be dashing and taking stage. It might be dashing, wave dash back and bait them. And so you begin to see like these little things start to come together.
Yeah, that's one thing I would say is a weak point is that I don't have too many mix-ups, too many different options in my head. I'll figure out one that works, and I'll just sort of grind that one until I really get severely punished for it. So I feel like I'm doing more advanced stuff, but it's still like a single branch on the tree. It's cool. So
there's one concept I forgot to add here, and that was grabs against Floaties.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and run that in. Once again, like as you begin to discover, Melee is a game that's just full of nuances.
Deep game. It's a beautiful game.
So we talked a lot about grabbing a fast faller, and usually the optimal choice is to just tech chase.
Yeah. Actually, did you see that video Kira put up? That's his name? Yeah, that was amazing. I thought that was a super good video.
Yeah, I was just gonna explain that, and just for the audience, there's a really good channel called SSBM Tutorials.
It's a really good channel.
Oops, I really recommend it because he breaks down a lot of core concepts into like a level of depth that most players don't go into.
But in also a way that a newer player can understand. They're not
But you don't really see like other people go into it. They just say, "Oh, you get a grab, you win."
Yeah, people tell me that all the time. Like, get a grab and just tech chase into victory. And it's like, what? I don't even see top-level players doing that. They don't get one kill on each other, so... Yeah, it's like, I hear why. I hear the theory behind it is pretty important. My back is killing me in this, so I'm going to get pillow right back.
Okay. And so Kuba Troopa generously put it up. I'll go ahead and add it to my slides so that it'll be used for... it'll be of use for later. Now I'm gonna have you try to fill out this chart then, since you're familiar with it. And so,
ooh, okay, let's see what we got
here. There's three general DIs. There's DI in, no DI, and DI out. There's little nuances within it, like slight DI, but for the purposes, we'll just break it down to these three.
Sure.
All right, and then there's like low percent, mid percent, and high percent.
You're just gonna floaties?
Yeah.
I feel like I have almost no idea.
But you watched the Kira video.
The Kira video was tech chasing fast followers, right? It was Falcon, Fox, and Falco.
No, there's one against Marth too.
Oh my god, I haven't even seen that one. That's amazing. I just watched the Falcon, Fox, Falco one. So let me guess then, because I haven't seen the video. I have no idea.
Okay.
Here we go. We got a video right here. Actually, maybe I'll just check it out.
So, the video in reference is Kira's grab game to Marth tutorial. And so there's three basic DIs, as you can see here.
Yeah, that's a great picture.
There's no DI where they kind of end up in front of you. There's behind DI and there's away DI. So, like, if they're at, like, 0%, what would you do in each of these situations? Let's start with the very right one.
Okay, away DI.
And they're, like, at a low percent.
What I do is forward tilt. That's what I do. I down throw, and unless they go behind, or... Actually, it's 0%. 0%, I do know this. You can always get a regrab, right? No matter where they go.
Yeah.
It's like a chain grab. You can just down throw, regrab.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that every time, pretty much. I think I don't mess that up.
Ding, ding, ding. You got
but
that.
Only 0, right? It's not like...
No, you can, if they DI away, you can probably get it up to, like 50.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
Like, you can experiment with, like, somebody in the office. This is why, like, having, like, somebody that can do inputs for you is, like, amazing. You have access to that.
Yes, I've often wanted that. But, you know, I don't necessarily have access to that. A person does not want to spend their time being my test dummy.
Really?
I mean, occasionally you can find it. I'm sure. Golf has done that with Falco for me, but trying to get Blur to sit down and do inputs for me, we'll find out. We'll see if I can get it there.
Like this is where I realized that Melee is a hard game. I had my roommate. I think I told this story. I needed help SDI, and I just said, "Pick Fox. Can you up throw up air me?" And after 20 attempts of trying to do it, he could not do a single one. And I was just like, you know what? This is not gonna work. Like, I even told him, okay, like, DI away. And, like, that was, like, really hard for him. Like, when I was like, I need to learn how to combo certain floaties. And he wouldn't do the correct DIs. And I thought I had it correct. I go to tournament, I'm like, I studied this. And then, like, I would do it, and it would miss. I'm like, wait, what? This doesn't work? And I'm just like, ah.
Yep.
But, okay.
I wanted to teach my roommate to do, to literally just do, like, jumping lasers with Falcons so that I could shield them, power shield them, practice that, but I feel like I was, that would be imposing. That's just, you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You can reward him with, like, a biscuit.
He's not a dog.
Rough. So, what about, like, when they're slightly in front of you?
Well, I I thought at 0 I can get that regrab no matter what. So are we talking about like low percents in general or literally 0?
Like 0.
At 0, I want to go for the regrab every time.
Yeah. Well, if they don't DI, they can actually do little things. So this is where you kind of have to like know their skill level, because against like a really bad player, like they'll let you get the grab.
Yeah.
But against a good player, they could actually side B, and
Oh, really?
and that gives them you know how side B doesn't like slows down your gravity, I guess.
Yeah.
What happens is like you won't get the grab.
Oh, that sucks. I want to
Yeah.
get the grab.
So there's a little bit of like regrab up tilt shenanigans that you can do.
Regrab up tilt. So you mean up tilt first and then regrab?
You grab and you up tilt, and then
Yeah.
and then based on how they DI it, you can react and throw in other hits like tilts or fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So up tilt follow up, DI in. So they like DI behind you. What do you think you have to do there?
Turn around grab.
Nope.
Really?
Won't work. Against a good mark.
Turn around up tilt?
Yes.
Okay.
Ding ding ding.
Okay, got it.
I'll give you half credit for that.
Yes, half points.
DI out at mid percent is the same. It's regrab. It actually works very generously, and yeah, it's really frustrating for your opponent too to do that. So you want to abuse like every little mistake that they do.
Sure, yeah. DI out at high percent, that's got to be fair, right? Because I know I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see if they have it. All right. See, you got that right.
Yes, yep.
Fair. Okay. You got that right. So you're good at the DI out.
Yeah.
All right.
They do the bad DI every time.
All right. So the cool thing about DI in and no DI is that they're mirrors of each other. So it's just learning how to input the turnaround.
Okay.
Before you do it. And so we're gonna go to. Let's see.
Oh, they're exactly the same, no matter what. It's turn around and then the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is no DI.
No DI.
At like high percent.
High percent or mid percent?
Like 80-ish.
Up air?
Up smash.
Up smash. Okay.
So like there's like mega high percent, so I could break it down. But if they DI in or no DI, it's a free kill.
Yeah, I've actually done that a couple times just by accident. You just feel like you're doing up smash. And
yeah.
You feel like you're amazing, and I don't know why.
So turn around up smash. Mid percent. This is like a little tricky.
It's turn around and do the up smash?
Yeah.
That changes the hit? I thought it was hitbox on both sides.
It's a little weird.
Okay, sure. Turn around up smash.
Yeah. Mid percent's gonna be a little tricky, and this is just like comes with experience. Like you could do the mutate keying approach and just go percent by percent, but it's Oh, Scooby Snacks. Okay, wrong link. So that's generally what you do, and this is like the basic framework for a lot of characters that aren't fast fallers. Of course, like you have to like kind of experiment because certain low tiers like you can actually like grab them repeatedly, like Yoshi or Pikachu if they DI in.
Right.
And if they DI out, you can actually grab to like 70 or 80. Certain characters like Peach, you can only do to like 30, 40.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was a question you had last week, and so I just wanted to go over that. But this week we're going to go over footsies and ranges. Do you have any questions before we move on?
No, but I'm excited to practice this Marth stuff. I think it's going to be pretty important to get this like down.
Yes. So basic concept, and I always like to refer to Street Fighter, is that there's three basic components to like how like the three different results that can happen on an input or like an attack. And so there's on hit, which is like when the move is successful and it hits your opponent.
Okay.
Which would be, I guess, the dream in Street Fighter. On means like the move makes contact, but the opponent is blocking.
Okay.
And Like you hit them and they're shielding basically.
Yeah.
And this could be good or bad depending on something called frame advantage, and that means like does my attack like get out of lag faster than you block?
Right.
Yeah.
I think Drugged Fox or someone had a good blog on frame advantage, and I read it, and I don't know if I internalized it, but I get the idea.
Yeah, and some of it you might already have a feel for. Like you can tell that auto cancel fair is a really good move. Like
Yes.
it's like fast.
That's the one time I feel it on a shield.
So there's some. Are you playing League?
League is up on my other computer over there.
Okay, I hear it.
Yeah.
That's all good. Whiff, and then whiff means like you just miss completely. Like you just like threw like these Chun-Li's here. Like they threw it out an attack, and like it just totally missed your opponent. So they're not in block stun.
Sure.
All right. So whiff may or may not be bad depending on your distance. So in this case, both characters are whiffing, so like they're not going to be able to punish each other. And if you're far enough, like, and you whiff, like it could be used as a zoning tool, but like you're far enough that like you're not going to get hit.
Okay.
And in Melee, we have two other components. So in addition to the three options, there are many other things to look for in Footsies, and that's weak hits versus strong hits. So even if like your forward tilt hits, like based on where it hits, like it may be good or bad. Like a well-spaced one at good percentages can lead to a combo, but like a weak hit where like they're really you hit with the inner portion of a forward tilt, they can punish you for a weak hit. So even though you got percentage on them, they can still hit you.
Right. The hit itself is actually causing yourself to get comboed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we see a Peach crouch hitting a crouch canceled or a crouch canceled Peach punishing a Fox.
Rough. The washing machine.
Yes, and it's one of the most annoying things. And as Sheik, we were really reliant on Footsies. We talked a lot about the mid screen and the full screen zoning, but a lot of like how we beat a lot of characters is just through really solid Footsies. Like just being able to know how to space out like forward tilt and like fair and jab and down tilt without like getting punished.
Right. Just micro spacing.
Gosh, Meaty King sucks. I'm sorry. No, he's spamming this
so
thread.
rude.
He doesn't suck. He's amazing, but he keeps spamming that one thread, and that's where the Facebook thing is coming from. Anyway.
He's a Facebook monster. I'll tell you that.
So Sheik has some of the best tools with long media range. Like her hitboxes are just like ridiculously good, and that's what makes her a strong character.
Love Sheik.
And because of that, she can thread and force shields very well. And
okay. Yeah.
And because she has long limbs, so although like Fox and Falco have this like really good shield pressure, like Sheik does too, which is like just like how good her range is. And this is a Tafo quote in 2015. A fundamental forward air is worth $1 million.
Is there a pun there?
No.
It's just a. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yes.
Because just look at that hitbox.
Yeah.
Like if you know how to like zone out and not get punished, because you know how people can dash dance and hit you out of while you're forward airing.
Yeah.
But if you know how to like space those forward airs like shroomed or like ice, then it's a $1 million hitbox that wins matches.
It feels so good to hit.
Yeah, look at this Yoshi. Can't even do anything.
No, he looks like thinks it's a puny slap, but it's actually gonna hurt. It's really gonna hurt, Yoshi. You gotta watch out.
So with Footsies Battles, this is where things become when you play full screen against a Samus, you really don't have to gamble too much. You just avoid missiles.
Sure.
And so like you're never in any imminent threat to like really get hit if you're full screen. But in a Footsies battle, generally speaking, there are very few things that are ever fully safe in the Footsies range. Like everything kind of has a counter to it.
Okay.
So there's not going to be this like one option that rules all, or that will break the game.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
Good Footsies requires good spacing, and also a proper sense of conditioning, reacting, and reading.
Good. Makes sense.
So I do have a full couple of rules. So although we mentioned in the last slide, there aren't definitive solutions to counter everything or to cover everything as best as you can. There are trade-offs. Here are some rules. Rule number 1, don't ever give up free shield grabs when you pressure.
Right.
So that's intuitive. I'm pretty sure that's happened to you a lot. That happens
A
to me a
lot.
lot.
I mean, you should get shield grabbed. That's all the time. It's harder without a shine, though, right? Like,
Our tools are that we can dash away and we have auto-canceled fares. So it's our bailout.
Okay, make use of it. Okay, that makes sense. Sure.
Yeah. And once in a while, if they want to... It's like kind of rock, paper, scissors. Like, if you fair or you throw out a bad aerial and you feel like they're going to shield grab, you can try to, like, last minute, like, jab to, like, beat it.
Right, that's what I do a lot. I found that, but it's jab is like unsafe as it is, so
yeah,
no, that doesn't really help me too much.
But that's if you read specifically the shield grabbing the first thing.
Right.
Yeah, or you can just like run away. Rule number 2: watch your percentages. Don't give free cross cancel trades if possible.
Another good tip, because I fall for that a lot now. Now that crouch canceling has become like really dominant in our little office meta.
Yeah.
It's mostly just the person that attacks first almost gets comboed more because they fall into a crouch cancel trap. So yeah, it's like I can definitely see that being important. Keep an eye on the percent.
That's one of our weaknesses as Sheik. Is that 0 to 40 is really painful for us. It's not to say you can never use these moves, because there are certain situations where if they're dashing into you and you jab, it's really hard for them to crouch cancel because they're in momentum.
Right.
Yeah. So there are uses for it. So getting into shield pressure, do like running around, you're hovering, and then you close space and you threaten them with like a hitbox. With good movement, you can threaten an opponent to shield, and then what do you do from there? So core principle number 1 is shielding as a ticking time bomb, and it will shrink and eventually get you hit because the shield dwindles.
And you have less options, and you can't move. I mean, yeah, it's just like shielding sucks. You don't want to be in shield.
Yeah. And with proper spacing, you have an advantage because you can hit them, whereas they can't hit you. And their expected value scenario is just hoping not to get hit. It's like either breaking even or losing.
Right.
Granted, if the opponent that's attacking sucks, then you can shield all you want.
Shield grab. I mean, they have like really good plus EV scenarios if you suck.
Yeah.
They can get a shield grab. You could misspace it. They could shine. There are a lot of things. Like, so yeah, I get what you're saying, but yeah.
Yeah. And pretty much you probably shielded a lot in your earlier days because you can get away with it, and it might be a plus EV scenario for you because your opponents were just so bad.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the very beginning, it's like shielding is amazing because they're often going to misspace it. You're often going to get shield grabs, and you don't get take damage. It's super plus EV. And as spacing gets better, it gets worse and worse, and so eventually you feel slow and stagnant in your shield, and you like don't want to be there.
So I'm just gonna shoot. Everybody has a different approach to like shield pressure as Sheik. Everyone has a different way of how they approach shield pressure.
Okay.
And so I'm just gonna share just like my rationale and like what I'm looking for.
Oh, these are Tafo specific decision trees.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
And
a mind of a genius into the mind of Tafo.
I'm like an okay one. I think in terms of like fundamental Sheiks with footsies, I think Ice is a really great guy to look at. With his...
R.I.P. dude. Pour one out for Ice.
Yeah.
This homie. His sets with Mango that in Beast, that was like Beast 3 maybe?
Yeah.
Amazing. And it's like, where is he now? He's playing Fox. It's a tragedy.
It is. He still plays Sheik. I feel like for the majority of his sets at Apex, he played Sheik.
Oh, did he?
He played Sheik. Yeah.
I saw his games versus Hungrybox where he switched to Zelda after 70%. I thought that was amazing. I love that strategy. It's so funny.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Super cool.
He played Sheik 3 sets in a row. He played it against SUJ, Hugs, and Hungrybox.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so...
Well, I watched his SUJ set. I didn't... That's something amazing.
Let's say you get them into this classic position. So Shroomed has Hungrybox and Shield or whatever in Shield. Very common scenario if you're good. See what they do. So like the first few times, it's just kind of like you. In Street Fighter, you throw out certain jab strings just to get a feel for how committed your opponent's to block or push buttons. Have you ever seen that dynamic in Street Fighter?
No.
Like they do something called like jab strings, which are safe on block, where they do like jab, jab, kick, and they can't do anything. But the whole point is like you're trying to condition your opponent into like blocking a certain amount of time. See if they push buttons, see if they roll. Same principle applies to Street Fighter or to
Smash.
Smash. So you want to see what they do, and you always want to be safe. So following rule 1 and 2, you don't want to get shield grabbed, and you don't want to get crouch canceled. Now,
Okay.
so now, like, assuming that we're safe and we're good on our moves and our spacing, we want to see what they do. Are they wanting to shield grab? Are they just holding shield? Are they rolling? Are they gonna throw out like a wake up shoryuken, like as in just like throw out a hitbox?
Yeah.
And move as fast as they can. And those are like the things that you want to pay attention to.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
going back to Street Fighter, once you start throwing out these jab strings, or these like strings of attacks where they're blocking, you can go like, okay, like he blocked 4 moves in a row. I want to do 2 jabs into
And then a grab.
grabs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like
makes
little
sense.
things like that. But then that player might be thinking, well, he's gonna start noticing that I'm blocking too much. So
Like a
on this,
Yeah.
after the second jab, I'm gonna backdash, and it becomes like this interesting like dynamic, where you can either throw, the options start opening up.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm excited for that.
But as you can see in this previous video, the ticking time bomb is evident, just with Jigglypuff in particular, but with all characters it's a ticking time bomb. Depleting shield life forces your opponent's hand. Either they're going to get hit or they have to do something really risky. And when a shield is low, Ladandis mentioned something, and this is actually like really good. And this is something I told Dewan to do.
Ladandis, is he in the chat?
He is. The Sheik mains are in the chat.
What up, Sheik mains? Sheiks of the world unite. We need a Sheik Facebook group. I'm in the Falcon Facebook group, and they're like talking up a storm.
I can get that started.
Yeah, go for it, Tafo. I want to learn. I want to talk.
So when a shield is low, this starts to begin to open up other options for you. Whereas in other games, like your opponents just get kind of antsy, the shield depletes. And when it's like low, this is where you could start poking. You can poke with fair, you can poke with down tilts, you can poke with F tilts, even break shields with down smash.
Okay, amazing.
Like not break shields, but like wither the shield enough that it's a free hit for you.
Right.
So there are certain like jab strings or block strings in Smash, where if you do like forward air pause like down smash on a puff, like it's gonna wither their shield enough that you get a free hit.
Sick.
So I just want to bring up like a really oh, I didn't save it. I'm such a scrub.
Scrub dub.
This is actually what wins a Shroom to match.
Oh, let's see it.
This
I've watched this a couple times, but I want to watch it, or like at least the part you're talking about, with like higher level analysis. Because I feel like it's an amazing set. Like it's a huge step forward in the Sheik vs. Puff game. Because King won't play this matchup, so it's like you never get to see a good Sheik play Hungrybox.
because King's a pansy.
Hater. Absolute hater.
He has the skills to do it. I honestly believe it. Whoops, sorry.
I think his Sheik is dope.
Alright, let me... I'm gonna go to the end of, like, match 2.
I think you'd see me in the crowd. I was hyped.
Dude, I was screaming so hard.
I was losing my mind on this set.
Dude, that was a really good back here, by the way.
Ooh, just goes for it. Just goes in. Wow, that Neo seemed unsafe.
His effective range wasn't threatening enough,
Okay.
so he can jump out in time. But let's see. It's gonna come up.
Okay.
Dude, Dwan's playing so amazing this game.
This set was so good. Okay. Oh my god.
So, like, even... I'll go back in, like, half second. Like... Okay. And it forces Hungrybox into, like, a really hard spot because Dwan would throw out other hitboxes, and it's either he gets stuck here in a ticking time bomb, and he's eventually gonna get down smashed anyway, or he can push buttons and try to get out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And so Hungry Box was trying to push buttons there and like just get out.
Buff shield's pretty weak, right? Buff shield's
It's
like
pretty bad,
yeah,
but you
it's
can't
bad.
just like raw down smash because the shield life will like be there.
Yeah.
All right, but Dwan gets himself into a checkmate here. Now
Do
it's
you
like now it's Jigglypuff's turn to kind of checkmate him. And in this situation, like what he's like kind of doing, so pausing in these kind of situations is like really good because like you see the shield wither from Dwan, I
Yeah.
believe, and what's gonna happen is like Dwan's gonna have to be forced to do something that Jigglypuff is most likely gonna be able to react to.
Right. Purely reactively.
Yeah, see,
Oh, he just waits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
that time he read it back here.
Oh, okay. Oh, he does it a lot. The like aerial into down smash, huh?
It's really good. There's Bobby in the background.
You can see Bobby losing his mind. He
Okay.
thinks it's over.
Actually,
Bobby thought it was a 2-1 and he thought it was over.
yeah, you can kind of tell.
Yeah, and then he looks
Like-
around and like, why is it going on? Why are they leaving?
All
There's
right,
one
let's-
there's no pop off.
He cheers.
He cheers and he-
This is the moment where he's just like, wait, like, what happened? It's like, wait, did he not
He's looking
win?
at Shroom, he's like, why is Shroom not happy? It's so funny.
Wait, whoops. Let me get my zoom in. I just want to emphasize this is just me having a
That's pretty funny. What the fuck?
Alright. He's dabbing.
That's classic.
Now he's just like, well, he's up 2-1.
Yeah, but you know it's Hungry Box, so.
He's like, and then now he's like nervous.
Yeah, exactly. He's not feeling it now. Hungry Box is mad. Hungry Box is salty. He brings the heat back, though.
Wait, there's me.
A little Tapkins action.
Alright. Anyway.
Mm.
Okay, so shield life is important, and I think Jigglypuff's shield is really bad in that reaction. In those regards, as you kind of saw there, like if you like fair pause and like throw like another fair, then like, and you like wither his shield through like just hitboxes or just like waiting him out, then like down smash just like ruins his shield.
Yeah, sick.
So that's like one aspect of shield life that's like really important. And one person that really emphasizes shield life is if you watch like Mango play against other Spaceys, one thing you should notice is just like, why does Mango always have a full shield, and why does his opponents ever have like no shield?
I did notice that.
And so Mango's like the master of implementing pausing to just like wither your shield without actually like attacking you, but making you scared because he always has that hitbox.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's something that's like a Puff special, and I think that's something that Mango learned through playing Jigglypuff, because Puff is slow. So you have to make the most of like keeping them contained without actually committing. So going back to here, like we start off with the fair, and here are some like basic mix-ups that I use, and I'll explain the rationale between them. So fair into fair is like the most basic one I use, and this is I have no read. So if they're holding like a shield, if I fair, like auto cancel and fair again, it's usually generally really safe. Of course, everything has a counter, but usually they're not going to challenge that.
Okay.
And this is to wither their shield. If I do like fair, 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 or I go like fair, jab, fair,
Yeah.
like they're withering their shield, and eventually either I'm going to get a hit or I'm going to start getting reads on them. And these are the most important things to get.
Okay.
Because like the next time you're in this position, you go fair, fair. Oh, he's going to roll right now.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
If I have a certain read, and this is something that I save till like the very end of matches, if I have a very specific read, so one of the reads I have is the dash away, and this is if I suspect a shield grab.
Okay.
So I'll make it look like the what was it? Gosh dang it, I can't remember. I'm like blanking out. If I believe that they're going to show grab me, then I'm going to
Yes.
make them whiff. And so that's something we'll see here. This is the one read that I just saved at the very end. Um,
What a weird choice of matches.
see how I baited him?
Okay, yeah, he goes for the chick grab. Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah,
That's so perfect.
yeah. And in that time,
That was
yeah.
like $1,000. Good. What an amazing play.
And so that's like one condition, and that's one I like to do against newer players because they're going to be going for the shield grab a lot.
Okay.
It even works against like mid-level players. Like you pause there for like a little bit, and you just like run away. They're gonna shield grab, and it's a very
It feels like a show grab moment in their brain, and they just go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
That's something also fair kind of covers too. Like if you're like slightly mistime it, you can kind of get away with it. It's like, oh, they shield grab. It's like, oh no, you eat a fair. Another one I like to do is fair wave dash back, and just wait. And so
Well, what do they usually do, like, to make this worthwhile? Like run at you? Like,
this is
what do
so.
you I feel like when you fair them, if you're doing it like at the edge of their shield and then wave dash back, does F-tilt even hit?
If you just like wave dash back slightly so that you're like spacing in a way that the tip of your F tilt kind of hits.
You change the angle of your wave dash.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to get into that. I was watching Smash Practice. That is a shout out to Smash Practice. It's a great show on Twitch.
Yeah.
Zoo and Cactar, and they were talking about getting your wave dashes like the perfect angle, like the max distance one.
Yeah.
That's just a good philosophy to have. It's like if you can get that perfect, you can work on everything else. So I worked on that for a long time, but now I don't do short one. I just do the full.
Yeah. There are certain times where like you just want to go like halfway to just get the spacing you want, but having that tool to like go full is always like really good. This is the one I like to do is if they like to push buttons.
Okay.
So this is kind of like so I was like wondering why Ken gets forward smashes a lot. And it's because he waits like a second and he reads and predicts that you're gonna jump or push a hitbox, and then he'll throw out the forward smash, and that's why like it works for him.
So it's like staggering the time. He's not doing it at the exact moment it's available. He waits.
Yeah, and he makes sure his opponents panic into doing something,
and
then he forward smashes it. And this is like the same principle. So this is something I like to do on people that love throwing out moves as fast as they can. So against like a West Balls or a Toph type of player. It's not to say that they're weak players, but this is just like more of their style. What Toph will like to do is if I fair, I'll wave dash back because he loves to drill short hop drill out of shield because it catches you. But what I'll do is wave dash back just outside of the hitbox and then grab him.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it's like kind of like in Street Fighter if they like to wake up Shoryuken.
So you sort of figure out their habits a little bit and then find out some good strings to punish it.
Now, there's like two other conditions. Like, so if you start noticing that they're shielding a lot, and this is like the nature of what fair does, it conditions your opponent to shield. Because if they're not shielding, they're just gonna get hit.
Yeah. What an amazing move.
So if you go like fair, and you're just like noticing on the second fair, oh, like he's just shielding, then the next time what you could do is just fair grab. Yeah, and then that's how you catch him, and that's how I tend to catch foxes. Like this, like revolving around like that fair pressure allows you to. It opens up the other parts of your game because most players won't give you the raw grab because they know that the grab sucks, like to deal with.
Yeah,
but
it's like one thing you can get really, especially early on. So they know you're hunting for that grab. I mean, me especially. I feel like foxes I play know. My game plan is like from 0 to 40, only the grab. I just go for the grab, and so if I don't get it, it gets really bad. So
but
finding ways to open that up and get him into shield finding ways to get him to shield at all is like amazing.
It is.
It's super into that.
And so it's like I always like to love covering basketball analogies.
still listening. I didn't get the plug for this laptop where it's going to come out of battery.
Okay.
Can still hear you.
Audience, if you like this, can you please, if you guys could retweet, that'd be super awesome.
Yeah, support it. Support the show, Zero to Hero. I won't forget about you guys when I win Evo. I'm going to ride with all my day ones. There it is. Okay. Perfect. Okay, we're good.
All right, you're back. What was I gonna say? So fair grab, or sometimes I go to tomahawk grab. And by tomahawk I mean I just don't. I jump, pretend.
Jump nothing and land and grab, right?
Yeah. The reason why it'll work, and people are like, "Oh, that looks so dumb! Like I can't believe I fell for that." The reality is that you conditioned them to do that because you fared so much and you got them scared, so you forced them to shield. It's like, oh, okay, like, yeah.
Tomahawk has got me a lot of mileage because of how I played Sheik prior to this, which was just super aggressive, always aerialing, never grabbing.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
It's So I like to give the analogy of basketball. That's what I was thinking about. Like, let's say you have like a big powerhouse in the middle, like a Dwight Howard or Marc Gasol.
Yeah. Or a Tafo.
Yeah. You want to give it the ball to them because they can dunk it and they're really good up close. But what if the whole team just like kind of covers them and like double triple teams them? Then you don't have that option anymore. So to open him up, you have to throw out something else that's a counterplay, and that's like a 3-pointer. Like you start passing it around the perimeter and you start making these 3-pointers. Now the other team is like, oh, like I gotta start covering the 3-pointer, but now Marc Gasol is open.
Well, yeah, they don't have the resources to cover him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Just like
And that leads us to our next slide. Sheik is I always think that Sheik is going to be relevant because her attacks and her grabs are a threat at almost all percentages at almost all matchups.
One thing I love about Sheik compared to there was a time there I was flirting with playing Marth against Spacies, and I thought what was so cool about Sheik is that you can end stocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Marths, when they get to these high percentages, get like you don't have a kill anymore. Your combos aren't there, and that sucks against Spacies at least. And Sheik, it's like no matter where they are, they get more and more scared. Like the fair or the nair is going to kill them. So it just feels it's really cool.
Yeah. And so that's why it's like scary because a Sheik at 150 against a Marth at like at 60 is like essentially a tie.
Right. Yes. You never feel like you're out of it. That's another cool thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Like even against Falco, like you'll find that if you manage to get past like 120, it's a struggle for them to get a kill on you.
Yep.
Because the only thing they have is like a back air.
One thing that scares me is the Fox matchup. It's like sometimes it feels really hard, but every other matchup I feel like I don't know. You're always out of threat unless you're like getting totally trunched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why Fox is always a threat because like everything works at all percentages.
Yeah, he's danger.
So it just comes down to reading the defense and like read how your opponent reacts with their spacing and counter options. So this is one thing that comes really important. So because sometimes what happens against certain players and against like more of the gimmicky characters is that they'll show you their hand. Think, well, I just got to do this when I'm grounded, and it'll counter your character. In the case of Pup, it's like, well, if I just crouch Sheik and like I bait her to grab, then I win.
Oh, to get the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times what you'll notice is like when you get them into a bad position, because most Jigglypuffs will stand in the air, they'll back air, and eventually you might find a position where you corner them, and
right.
Like you're running towards them, they can't really jump, and then they'll show you their defense.
And they usually only have, not many mix-ups. They have like this one option, so
Yeah.
you can just. Okay, that's awesome. That's cool.
And then so if you read their defense, it's like, oh crap, he's gonna crouch me because he's predicting my grab. Then you can just like run in, down smash.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, just keeping an eye out for like how they react to these bad situations you put them in, and then making sure to punish them later on in the set.
Yeah. It's like you're the point guard, you're in command. Like you drive in, you notice the defense pulling back into the rim. So you're like, okay, they're giving me space. I'm gonna shoot the 3. Oh, they're double teaming me up at the perimeter. I want to find the open man. Like it's basically what it is.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Alrighty. So once again, it's important to understand how each of your tools work. Down tilt is like a down tilt and up tilt are something like I don't do enough personally. But these are things that like everything in Sheik's kit is like really good, except for like forward smash.
Which you've tried.
My forward smashes are good, but
there's something.
yeah, every time I do it and Bobby commentates, he like just complains and gets like really upset.
When I do it against him, I'll just do it on accident. I'll flub an input and do a forward smash. He calls it the Tafo. He says that's 0 to hero training.
Oh gosh. I do have a. I mean, the reason. I mean, I can explain why I use it, and forward smash on the back of it's like the ultimate noob bait on Marth, and then I'll explain why like it works. Just like my thought process on why I use it. So like I fair like forward tilt he shields, right?
Right.
Once in a while, like when we're like dash dancing around and he thinks I'm gonna do it, like it's kind of like a graphical recognition for like any character against Sheik, because like with forward tilt it's just one twirly kick.
Yeah.
And with ferrets it's just one hitbox. So when like I go behind them and like I throw out the first kick, the double kick.
Yeah.
Like they block the first one and
then and then you hit him with the second one.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. See, because the graphic and the timing looks like it's a forward tilt.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that being a good mix-up. Well, the argument might be like, isn't there like a better, like if you know what they're gonna do, couldn't you have even better punish?
It's actually a really strong punish because if they DI away, I get dash attack into fair for a kill.
Okay.
If they DI in, I get a regrab. And if they like DI up and away, I get a fair.
There you go. You heard it here, Music King. Start forward smashing. It's the future.
And so that's why like I use it. And even if they block both hits for some reason, then and I keep doing it, then I condition them to block, and that's like going to be a later win for me. If they're like, oh, Tafo's just going to forward smash, I'm just going to block the whole thing. Well, next time I'm just going to replay that position, and then he's like, oh, block, I'm just going to grab.
Right. Perfect.
And if they go fancy and they're like, okay, I'm going to do the least laggy move. I'm going to down air out of shield. My forward smash ends faster than Marth can do a down air. So now Marth does his down air, he's in a really awkward position, and now he's like shielding again and like out of position, and then I grab him.
Sick. Yeah. I'll try it. I'll give it a shot.
Don't do it. But that's like my like reasoning for doing it.
You convinced me. I'm on the forward smash train.
Yeah, and so like in all games, like the idea of pressure is like the same. So, I just wanted to show like Yipes and Marvel and just like it's a similar concept to like every game. You get pressured, you're gonna get opened up. So just like watch how like that poor Captain Commando is just blocking, and then eventually gets a hit.
I'm getting a seizure from watching this Tafo.
Yeah.
Marvel always has so much going on.
Yeah. But like you just see like the Captain Commando blocking, and just like poor thing, he can't do anything.
Although if I'm looking at the health bars right, he like has 3 characters to 1, or what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
He got destroyed.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
It was Yipes versus
I mean, that's like you showing me a video of Mango versus a brand new player. So
well, that's the nature of Marvel, because that was Yipes versus Sanford.
Oh really? Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just hate the overlays because they change like every like depending on what overlay I use, it's like a different
Oh, screen region? Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
It's kind of annoying. Let's see. Are they rolling up? Okay. I'm just gonna full screen it. So like, I really like. We're just gonna briefly run through this. I just like ice. It's like footsies.
Okay. Oh, ice versus hacks. Let's go.
Okay, this is like where like the footsies like dash dance game is in. So they're both gonna try to like pressure each other and get each other cornered or shielding and into a bad position, but they're not committing. They're just filling each other out.
Oh, he does the fair, then a jab.
Yeah, but now like Fox is like stop momentum.
He's stuck in the corner. He lost a lot of space really quickly.
So that time he was waiting for like him to roll.
Right. Yeah, you can see that. Oh. Oh.
So he violated rule 2 there. Don't get shield grabbed if you can.
Yeah, hold on. It's not a perfect rule. Okay. Ooh. Did he forward out a shield there?
Yeah, he did. He did Rising Fair.
That was amazing.
There's one thing I want to just point out.
Rising Fair is hard to hit on Fox.
Because he's crotch cancel. He's like DIing away, like hard away, I think. That shouldn't be that strong. But even then, like... Oh, he's seeing double. Interesting. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So there's one interesting thing I want to just point out. With the timing window that Ice has to initiate that fair, he could have done it earlier or he could have done it later.
Right. He waited. He did the flip, right?
Yeah. And then Hacks pushed a button.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that... Oh my god. It looks safe. Low Sheik, dude.
So when I watch Ice and Flash are like really nice in the neutral against Fox. That's why I think it's like a doable matchup.
Yeah, Flash makes it look good. The way he plays neutral game.
So like the one thing that's amazing is that Ice is enforcing things, so he's not really like putting himself into that magical nair distance. Like,
right, that's drive-by nairs that Shroom was talking about.
Drive-by, is that what Shroom calls it?
Yeah, Shroom was doing an interview after he beat SFAT this past weekend at BAM.
Yeah.
And he said, like, in the neutral game in Fox, he's always thinking about putting pressure on them, basically, because if you let them control the matchup, they'll just start running around you, running circles around you and doing drive-by nairs.
Yeah.
And you get destroyed, you get controlled outright. So you have to, like, make him be on the back foot. You have to impose your will, is what he said.
Yeah. Because, like, in your range, like, your effective range is really bad. Like, it goes here, and then it's, like, here. Like, that's it. Because, like, that's, like, dash attack and boost grab.
Right.
But, like, you have this, like, fat, like, window here that's, like, no bueno for you.
Right. What I heard was, like, Sheik doesn't have really good range, but what she has within the range is super strong. Her hitboxes are amazing.
Yes.
Her move fast and, like, lagless, so it's, like, the space around her she controls really well, but she has no range at all. So that's kind of like made me think about more matchups through that lens.
So he's like going in and out and just checking what Hacks is gonna do. Oh, another forward smash. I remember the set being really late at night.
Well, this is last Apex, yeah. I wasn't even in the scene. Hadn't even picked up a controller.
See. Bates. So he earns that position again. So
watch that slow-mo?
Yeah. Okay, he forced the shield, and now this is like where like that prime position comes in.
Yeah. Oh, nice tomahawk. That was amazing. Yeah. Just based on the same set, like he did that previous stock, he went for the fair. And now he goes for the grab. That's awesome.
Ice's the only thing that I could say is that Ice's punish game wasn't the greatest in the set.
For about 8 years, and now he's confident more than ever that he can make it happen with this character.
Okay, well that was a good hack stash, and I don't think he expected it, but he did a good run to get him in the corner.
As you say that, he just like does a perfect wave plan.
Oh my god.
Which he always did with his captain.
Oh, nice nair. Ooh.
He missed.
Oh. Sucks. I hate when I miss those. Because dash attack gives you like a long time.
Yeah.
Like those percentages, you just feel like you have a lot of time to get that hit, and then if you miss it.
So I want to point out something here. There's a bad F tilt right there.
Yeah. I saw it.
So one thing that's also like even if you force him to block, you want to always consider frame advantage.
Okay.
Like he was very fortunate not to get punished harder there. I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
That's going to be really important.
Blast tilts are hard to. It's a hard habit to stop because when they do hit, it's so nice.
Yeah.
You throw it out, and it's like they have to like
Nice punishment.
react pretty fast.
By ice, rather.
But when they do, it's like it sucks so much.
Like what you have to decide there, and like if it's that close, is like I think this is like kind of what separates like the 90 percentile Sheiks with the 95 is like whether like like in those panic situations, like choosing the right range, like the right like it's like tool.
Yeah.
Like because like you could sometimes you have to bail out and choose like a down smash. Sometimes you could just grab. Sometimes you just have to like throw out a bailout jab. Sometimes you throw out a bailout F tilt. And like knowing like, or you throw out an up tilt, like when it's that close, where like they can potentially grab you, like knowing like when to do what is like kind of like an instinct thing that you kind of grow over time. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Not too many foxes who have been playing fox for for less amount of time than hacks has been.
Not
Can actually
the fourth
have,
match we wanted to see.
Look at this guy.
Oh, wow, that was amazing. What did he? Oh, they just.
Wow, that was so sneaky. So sneaky.
How do you recover that?
Nice, great recovery by him. He needs to be careful though. Even though hacks, has
he's avoiding the neutral air range.
His recovery is even better too. Captain Falcon's recovery
Oh.
is a bit more easier to execute.
Axis pressure is crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure as we get the first double shot.
I just can't even imagine being up against that, like having that.
This man.
You just have to not give him the positions he wants.
Nice.
Right.
Alright, so here we go. Two stocks.
It would be so easy to get steamrolled, but against a player like Axe, I just think.
Yeah, they'll just overwhelm you.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a crispy Naruto shield. Did you get this? Oh.
It was a really amazing DI by Hacks to get that. Most other foxes would have died there.
Ooh, that shield. Oh. Nice though. Oh, very nice.
So do you see where like conditioning applies?
Let's see it again. Jab. Oh, again. Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I thought he threw the fair out. He didn't.
So that's actually like one of the most common reads in all of Melee. Let me freeze back. Because in this position, it's like this is like a really crappy position for Fox, and like the gateway drug is to just roll behind, like because like the reward is so high just to get center stage.
Yeah, free, and you have some stage, yeah.
And so what you can do, and this is like the shroom special, is like you just like you stay in a safe range where you just don't get directly hit. You throw out a hitbox, you threaten again, and then you catch the roll. So he pauses. Watch.
Oh, it's so sick. Yeah, when you just force that roll out.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'll have to do that. I do not bait it nearly enough. Now I want to start incorporating that.
And that follows the principle of like hanging your opponent to dry, because he could have thrown another fair and would have been like another like stalemate type of situation where he throws a fair, Hacks realizes that if he just keeps holding shield, that taking time bomb reality comes back, and he's like, okay, like I feel like he's gonna fair. The counter to that is if I can time it correctly, I can roll away, but ice reads him, and so I can see why Hacks would want to roll there.
Yeah, I mean obviously.
Okay, so there's just like some concepts just to just show you like how like the like what Sheik does when like Fox is trapped, because that's like ultimately where you score your wins. Oh, what is this?
What's what?
What is this? What is this?
Oh, this match. Oh, so this is my match versus Sheridan, Dr. Z, at the Foundry last Tuesday.
Alright.
Oh, I want to get a little more backstory actually. Sheridan, like, so there's like a NorCal story or something where you're not even at like a baseline of a player competitively until you can beat Sheridan's Luigi. That's like what I was told by Bobby and some other people in NorCal. You have to beat Sheridan's Luigi to get like past the baseline post. So I've been moving up the ranks on his characters. I used to play as Falcon, which is his worst character, and I'd lose. Could finally beat that. As Mario, I can beat that, and so he finally busted out the Luigi because I asked him to at this tournament, and I really wanted to beat it.
And he did it.
I did not. I did not beat Luigi. Close. You watch this set, it's close, but I don't beat it.
Best name ever.
Where's Atrioc? She did. I want to know.
And I was completely unfamiliar with this matchup, so there's probably a lot of things I could do differently. But I think some basic stuff I'd also like to work on.
Yeah, good stuff. I think that just came down to like you didn't know how like you could punish or not.
Yeah, especially this character. I had no idea. Like every time I felt I knocked him in the air, he just hit me with an aerial. Like, and I was trying to combo him. I don't know. I have to like watch some Sheik versus Luigi games. I don't think I've ever seen one. I just don't watch that matchup, so I have to learn.
Like a lot of it is just like his lag is like really interesting because like most characters have a certain rhythm and then goes like dot dot dot, and between those dots like you can hit him. But like with Luigi, it's like da da da. Like in between the second and third da, like
You gotta hear the music.
you can hit him. But like you try to hit him after the first da, like you get hit by the second da.
Yeah.
So for example here, you got hit by the second da.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. It just felt so different.
Like a lot of it is just like getting really near, forcing him to nair, and then hitting him after the nair.
Okay.
Because nair has like ridiculously fast startup time.
Okay.
No.
No.
Alright, so there's like two distinct ranges to Luigi.
Sure.
One is this like little magical bubble here. Pretend he's not spinning. Like pretend he's just like stationary. And
Sure.
like the bottom is covered by like down smash, tilt and stuff. But your fair will beat out a lot of the stuff in this like thing. If you just like stay out here and just fair.
Sure. Yeah.
Or if you F tilt. Assuming he doesn't crouch cancel. And then actually when he wave dashes in, his hitboxes don't come out till like right here. So if he like wave dashes like here, you hit him first with like F tilt.
Okay.
So it's like either like his effective range is here and here. It's a little weird because it's Luigi.
Yeah, it is weird, but yeah, I get it.
So like either you want to, it's similar to how like Fox like has like a nair.
Yeah.
Like you want to zigzag in, and if you like check the wave dash, and if you see the wave dash, you jump back fair.
Okay.
Or like you wave dash back at tilt.
Red Dash Back F tilt is so awesome.
Yeah.
It works in so many matchups.
It does. And
It's
so
just
that's like, oh, go ahead.
It's just so strong. I just like it. I like it a lot.
So examining like the effective range, so like going back here, wave dash back like fair or F tilt, or if you're like this far, like getting into his wave dash range, wave dash back F tilt fair. Those are like the two, avoiding those two good ranges of Luigi.
Okay.
Another secret of Luigi is that a lot of his stuff is crotch cancelable.
Okay.
You know that stupid tornado?
Yeah.
You can
I see it.
you can crotch cancel it.
And just grab him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
No more down slashing there. No
I
more down.
hate that I do that, but I need to find. So I should back up, right?
Yeah.
I back up a little bit away from the stage, wait for him to get up, and then I like grab him, or I just I just get him on the ledge and I run up down smash. I do this so often. I'm really trying to break that habit because it's bad. It only works against really bad players,
Yeah.
or someone messes up because they don't expect it.
You can do a diagonal needles or something.
Yeah, on an edge, something like that. Oh,
That's crotch cancelable. Oh, there you did it. Good job. So that came from you just being purely greedy.
wait. Oh, yeah. See, I hit him and he hits me. Boom, boom.
No. Yeah. So in that situation, you just hover right underneath him, and then force his hand and then hit him after.
Yep.
Do you ever watch Brawl?
Yeah, I watched some ball.
Okay, conceptually, this is like the perfect example I like to give. Mennonite, anybody versus Snake. Like when the Snake is recovering, you know how like most people just camp underneath him and then wait for Snake to do something and they just hit him?
Yeah.
It's the same concept with Luigi.
Okay. Yeah. out of there.